Hi, my name is Stacy from Families for Financial Freedom, and today I wanted to talk about 9 best tips for saving money on your groceries. Groceries are one of the things that can be the biggest budget buster, one of the things that can really wreak havoc on your monthly budget if you're not careful, but it's also one of the places where you can save a ton of money because the costs are so variable, because you have so much control over it. It's one of the ways that you can save the most amount of money if you are intentional and careful with your spending. So one of the best ways to save money on your groceries is to have a weekly meal plan. And in the comments for this video, I will include a link to an article I have explaining how to use meal plans, weekly meal planners, and also I have a downloadable form that you can download and use that gives instructions on how to use a weekly meal plan and tips for what you can do if your original plans fall through, so that you don't end up running to the store to buy food, or running to a fast food restaurant or other things, so that you can keep on track with your budget and your spending. Another thing, one of the best tips to save money on your groceries is to use a grocery price per unit comparison cheat sheet to record the cost that the price that you usually spend on items at your local grocery store or stores, so that you will know when they are at a great sales price. So for example, you might spend usually $2 a pound on grapes or something, and then you'll know when it's 99 cents a pound that that's a really great price to stock up. Or maybe you spend 16 cents an ounce on lunch meat or things like that. You'll know if it's at 10 cents a pound that that's a great price and you can buy more of it. It's a great way to stretch your money, your food dollar, is to be aware of and keep track of and use the prices to your advantage, so that when something is on sale, you will know it and can take advantage of it. And I'll leave a link in the comments below to an article I wrote about that as well, about how to use a grocery price per unit comparison cheat sheet. And in that article you can download a form that I have as well, that I've created, that has pretty much any food item you normally would eat on that list, and you can just fill it out with the prices that you normally pay, and then you'll know when something's at a great sales price. A third way that you can save a ton of money on your groceries is to buy the majority of your groceries when they are on sale. So once you know what the regular price is, when something's on sale, stock up a little bit. Instead of buying maybe 1 or 2 cans of something or packages of something, buy 4 or 5. Become your own grocery store in a sense, by filling your pantry, your cupboards, your fridge with food when it's at a great price, and then you won't need to buy it again, ideally, until it comes on sale again. So a lot of grocery stores, they have cycles for their sales, and so every 4 or 6 weeks, or maybe 8 weeks, items will go on sale again, and not everything at the same time, of course. So you just have to kind of learn when the sales are, and then stock up on those items when they are at a sales price, and that's a great way to save a bunch of money on your groceries. Another way to save money on your groceries is to buy fruit when it is in season, buy produce when it's in season, so fruit and vegetables. It's so great to be able to eat fresh blueberries or raspberries or things year-round, but it's just not practical if you want to don't want to be spending a ton of money on your groceries to be eating a ton of fruits and vegetables when they are out of season. So if you stock up when they are in season, there are things that you can do to make them last longer. For example, you can freeze them yourself. You can buy them frozen from the grocery store. You can dehydrate them if you have a food dehydrator like we do. You could even bottle them if you know how to do that, can them. Those are all great ways that you can save money on your produce by buying the bulk of the produce that you eat when it's in season. You can, again, buy things that are frozen. Sometimes they're at a pretty good price, and the way that you can know that, of course, is with your grocery price comparison sheet. Another way that you can save a ton of money on groceries is to buy less meat. So you've probably heard of meatless Mondays or things like that, or no vegetarian recipes for some of your favorite meals. One of the best ways that you can save money is really to eat less meat, or to eat less expensive meat. So we eat a lot of chicken, we eat ground beef, but we don't eat a ton of expensive meats like, more expensive meats like steak or shrimp or things like that. So we do eat them when they're on sale, especially, but more often we eat the less expensive meats. So by, again, shopping sales and stocking up when things are at a great price, you can still eat the meats that you love, but just maybe not as often. And again, try having a meatless meal, dinner, 1 or 2 or 3 times a week. You'll really save a lot of money that way. Plan your meals also around what you have on sale. So instead of, when you make your meal plan, instead of thinking of what all of your favorite foods are and planning your meals for the week, the way that you can really get the best bang for your buck is that you look at the grocery ads, the weekly ads, before you create your meal plan for the week, and for the things that are at the best sales prices, you plan your meals around that. That way you can really take advantage of the great prices at your grocery store, and still eat food you enjoy, but eat them at the very best prices. Then another way to save money is to limit the number of, or limit the amount of junk food and fruit juices and soda and things that you buy. Those things, they don't add any nutritional value. They taste good, but turn them back into a rare treat that you eat, or that you consume or eat rarely, so that they won't bust your food budget, because you can easily spend a ton of money on junk food and sodas and things, and they are just one of the most expensive items in the grocery store. And not only do they have some of the least nutritional value, but they're also some of the most expensive. So make those a rare treat. I know that might be hard for your kiddos and things, but eat fresh fruit and things to get your sweets that way, or frozen fruits, things like that. And also, going along with that, limit the number of convenience items that you buy. It's super convenient to have cut up fruit in those little packages, or to buy a platter of cut up vegetables, or meats and cheeses, or to buy the little cans of chicken and things like that. But it also is a lot more expensive than when you do that food preparation yourself. If you will take a few minutes and cut your own vegetables, cut your own fruits, if you'll take the time to cook your chicken yourself, things like that, you will save a ton of money buying food that you prepare yourself. The already made lasagnas and things like that, they're great, but again, you pay a premium for someone else making that food, preparing that food. When if you'll just spend a little bit of time, do a little bit of prep work, you'll really save a ton of money that way. So So those are my 9 best tips for saving money on your groceries by using these tips. Oh, actually one bonus tip. If you have a discount store or a salvage type store in your area, as we do, that's one of the best ways you can also save money on your groceries. They sell food that maybe has scratches or dents, in the cans or things, or like a scratch and dent type thing, or food that's close to being expired, sometimes even food that is expired by a little bit, but obviously, of course, not expired so far that it would be, you wouldn't want to eat it or something. Produce that's not perfect, things like that. You can save a ton of money if you have a discount food store like that in your area. Google it if you don't know, or talk to your frugal friends. It was one of my coworkers who first told me about the one in our area, and it took me a few years before I actually went there. But once I started going there regularly, I just love it because we can save so much money. It's amazing. So as a bonus kind of 10th tip, if you have a food discount store in your area, use it. Your wallet will thank you. And so those are my 9 best tips, 10 best tips, I guess, for how to save money on your groceries. That's what has allowed our family to spend between $300 and $350 a month on our groceries for our family of 5, our young family of 5. Our kiddos are still young. But that is, that extra, if you look at the average, where maybe they spend $600 or $700 a month on groceries, with that extra money, we can save more for retirement. We can use the money to save up to pay for our cars with cash. We, can just use that money for things that are long term that, kind of help build our financial security and eventually our financial freedom. So I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please like the video, please share it on social media, and thank you.